And lastly, the Google Earth technology is not available in every part of the world, so some of the more remote areas students are not able to access. For my second lesson, I focused on Skype in the classroom. And in a lot of ways, my rationale was the same. I'm trying to connect language and culture, and I'm trying to take the learning beyond the classroom walls for my students. One of the best ways to practice a new language is with native speakers. And I don't always have native speakers in my classroom. They're not always available. We can't always get guest speakers to come in because of time or money. And so this is an opportunity to speak with people around the world without ever leaving our classroom. For this particular lesson, I would match students with my students with students from a class in a Spanish-speaking country. And so those students would be wanting to practice their English. My students would be wanting to practice their Spanish. And together for the first half of the semester, they would just have conversations, getting to know each other and practicing both of those languages. Now, while doing that, in addition to practicing the languages, they're learning about the culture again, getting to know people from another culture, from another country, and building that global understanding. After that, they would spend the second half of the semester collaborating on a project. So I would have them come up with a problem to solve or a research topic and then work together to create a project. At the very end, we would share those projects with both of the classes. For Skype, you again need a laptop or desktop computer with an internet connection, a Skype account, which is free, and then a headset with microphone. If you have a laptop with microphone capabilities, it's okay, but if you're going to have a lot of students speaking in the same room at the same time, a headset is recommended. So first I would I'd explain a little bit to my students about the class with which they'd be working. I would pair them up, show them how to create a Skype account, and then show them what a call looks like. We would Skype as a class first, and then they would have the opportunity to Skype individually with their partner. For this to work, I would also have to remind students of appropriate video conferencing etiquette, being polite, sitting up properly, looking into the camera, etc. I'd also have to model circumlocution techniques and strategies. This is a really important skill for students. So if they use a word that their partner doesn't understand, they're able to describe it, use a synonym, get around the language barrier, as well as how to speak slowly and clearly, repeat when necessary. These are things that kids tend to forget when they're working with people that do not necessarily have the same first language. I would also have the students complete Google form reflections at the end, and then before the project component, I would provide examples of the collaborative projects and assist with any technologies that they may be using. So Skype in the classroom is amazing and has many resources. You can take virtual field trips, which would connect well with my first lesson. There are also Skype lessons and guest speakers. You can bring in a guest speaker on your screen and have them interact with your class. You can also connect with a classroom, which I would use for my lesson in the collaboration feature. There's also Mystery Skype, in which you bring someone up on your screen and you have your students ask yes or no questions to try to figure out where that other group is in the world. There's also a set of activities already available to you on Skype in a gallery. So these are all available for free. They're activities ready to use, resources ready to use. Skype itself looks like this. You have your contacts on the side, the message bar at the bottom. You can add images. You can call with just audio or with video as well. There are other options to add your location, to take polls, to send video files, lots of options, but it's very simple. Once you have the contact in, you just hit call and you're ready to go. So the advantages of Skype, again, it's free and very easy to use. The students would be practicing with native speakers, which is really important. They, again, are learning language and culture simultaneously, and I cannot emphasize how important that connection is. While doing this, they're gaining a global awareness and compassion on interacting with people that are different than them. They're practicing circumlocution techniques. They're also practicing collaboration skills, research skills, problem solving, project development, all in one. A few disadvantages: if the internet quality is not high, your call may be interrupted or dropped. It can be difficult if the teacher's trying to monitor every student with a separate conversation at the exact same time. And different time zones can also make it incredibly difficult to work with classes. You may want to work with a class in Spain, but they are 6 hours ahead and the time does not exactly match up. And those are my 2 projects on increasing global awareness in the foreign language classroom. Thanks for watching.